Hello everyone, welcome to class. My name is Carrie Stevenson and I'll be the instructor for this course. I just wanted to make a quick video to introduce myself. I find that on online classes it's kind of nice to be able to put a face to a name. So I just wanted to make a really brief video to say hello and then kind of briefly walk you through the class. I think probably at this point most students have already been in a class at National Louis. So you're probably already familiar with D2L. But just in case, I still, want to walk you through it and walk you through this particular course. Personally, I like to navigate going through the content page. You might like to do it a little bit differently, but I find that it's easiest to navigate through here. Now, my view is probably going to look a little bit different than yours because I have the instructor view. So if yours doesn't look quite like this, then you know that that's why. So in this first module here, the Start Here, I recommend that you take a little bit of time to go through this so you can read about required course materials, information about me is listed there, and then I want to draw your attention to the online syllabus. The syllabus will list, it's taken a while to pull up. The syllabus will list all of the policies for the course, and I won't waste your time in reading through all that because I know that you can do that. And then this is probably what you're really interested in is the course calendar and knowing what we're doing when. I'm going to move this over. Okay, so if you look over here, this will tell you when you have all the different assignments that are due. And in general, assignments are typically due on Wednesdays. So we'll have discussions that are due on Wednesdays, and that's so that you and your classmates will have time to go back and review what everyone has posted and then respond to those by Sunday. So again, initial posts are due Wednesdays and then generally assignments are due on Sundays. So we'll pretty much follow that pattern. Speaking of discussions, I wanted to point out in the Start Here module, you'll see a discussion post for introductions. So I recognize that some of you might already know each other, but some of us might not. So please take some time to post so that we can get to know each other a little bit better. And then I also wanted to draw your attention to this discussion post right here. This is a great place to post if you have general questions, you've got questions that you want to ask to your classmates or generate some discussion outside of the other discussion posts. If you have a direct question for me though, then I do recommend that you send an email directly to me. I do pop in to the class multiple times throughout the week. However, I'm not in the class every day. So if you have a question directly for me, I generally will respond more quickly if you send the email directly to me. So I wanted to let you know about that. The other thing that I request is that if you have a question that relates personally to you that has to do with your grades or something like that, then send that in an email to me rather than posting it publicly here, because please keep in mind that this goes to the rest of the class. So we wouldn't want to discuss private information there. Okay. I want to go back up here just to kind of give you an overview of the class as a whole. You'll see that as you go into each module, then it'll list out all of the information that you'll need for that week. So we'll have the overview and the outcomes. When you click on activities, you'll see all of the different things that will be required for that week. I have all the things that we'll be covering here. So you'll be watching a presentation, reading excerpts from the textbook, reading journal articles, and then watching videos. You'll also have the reminders for your discussion posts and the due dates for those, as well as any assignments that will be due in that week. So in addition to having that in the syllabus, you'll have it listed here anytime that you go into the modules. Just to give you kind of an overview of what you'll see throughout the course, I do want to give you a heads up. We will have some group work in this class, and I know that's really challenging, especially for an online course to try to get your schedules coordinated together. So that's kind of why I want to give you a heads up that that's going to be coming. As we get a little bit closer, I will assign the groups, and then there will be discussion posts, or I'm sorry, discussion boards where you can use that to communicate with one another, or if you prefer to communicate directly through email or phones, that's perfectly fine. Again, I know that this is challenging, but collaboration skills are really important. And employers are telling us that that employees are lacking certain soft skills, namely collaboration skills. So this is a good opportunity to practice those skills. And then this is something that that you can add kind of to your toolbox, and telling future or potential employers that you've had the opportunity to work on collaborative projects. So to give you a brief overview, in the beginning, you'll be working individually in thinking about a job description for your, basically what you're doing as a student, right? As a graduate student. And so what does that entail? And then a little bit later in the course, you'll work together in a group to put together a performance appraisal. So how would you evaluate a graduate student's performance within a performance tool? You can use that tool towards the very end of the course. You'll find that in Module 6, you'll be completing a 360 feedback for yourself. Now that will be done individually, but it is good to know at least ahead of time that this is going to be coming down the road, so that you can start to think about, who would you ask to rate you on this? Or 360 feedback will look at data from multiple viewpoints, so you'll want to be thinking about who you might ask, and maybe one of your group members would be a perfect person to ask to help you to do that. There will be one other group activity in Module 5. There's going to be, I'm just going to click on that one really quickly. There's going to be group work on generational teams. So looking at like generational culture. That's a really fun one. I love to grade that one. It's really fun. So I think that's about all the information that I wanted to share. Just wanted to, like I said, say hello, introduce myself, and then give you a brief overview. If you have any questions about anything, please don't hesitate to let me know. Hope you have a great class.